What's up, guys? And not gonna say healthy lifestyles because this is a special podcast. I have my good friend Art. I decided to do this podcast because I do get a little bit of like people wanting to know about my journey. They've sent me a couple people have sent me messages directly asking me, hey, so how did you decide to do a ultra and whatnot. And the first person I thought was Art. Art is a good friend of mine. Like I said, he's representing the 956 very soon in Leadville. He's done really, really well in most of his ultras, even when he twisted his ankle, and he still managed to pull through and finish. So Art was the first person I could think about that would have some good pointers on people that are trying to learn how to get into ultras, or if they signed up like myself, what he recommends. So definitely, Art, this is a very special episode for me because as much as I want the listeners to find out what to do, I'm very curious to find out what to do in my experience at Habanero, which you've done more than once or just once.
I've actually done the 100 mile once, and I have the course record there still for
Yeah,
the 100
yeah,
miles. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, and that's right. You told us last time that you have the course record, which it's still standing. And why not have someone that great in on my side of the ring per se, and be able to help me out with preparation, nutrition and all that stuff because I'm used to doing marathons now. I've done seven, so I kind of have that kind of locked in per se. But when it comes to an ultra 50K, I know it's not that big of a difference than a marathon. But given that it's going to be in August, in the middle of the day, it's going to start. I want to get I want to pick your brain and ask you some
Yeah.
questions, and you give me some pointers on what to do. So, first of all, congratulations. The last time we were here, we were talking about Leadville. So before we
Yeah.
get into, the whole thing of this podcast, congratulations, dude. I'm so proud of you. You text me when you found out, and I couldn't tell anybody. I remember you telling me, keep it a secret.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
how does it feel, man? I know you're in full training. You're about a month away, I think. How does it feel to that you're gonna do this legendary race?
Dude, it's exciting. I mean, I'm going to be the first person from the 956 to do it, so I'm really proud to represent from here because you're from here. You know it is.
Yeah,
This sport just doesn't exist here, and I get to be one of the first people to really push it through.
yeah.
It's growing, and thankfully, I see growing. I have a better community now, but I'm just really excited to do it because it's gonna be terribly out of my element, and I'm excited for the challenge.
Yeah,
We're here, hottest, flattest place in the country, going to the
yeah,
highest altitude race in the country, where I saw it was in the 30s right now, and that's not even
yeah,
the high altitude section. So
yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. What a transition, right?
Yeah, and we talked about it, and I always say for me, it's kind of the mecca of ultra racing. I feel one of the important races out there to do. Other than the other races that they have that most ultra runners would you know call them the major races, I guess, for ultra running. I feel
So,
personally that's one of them, just because the history, the altitude, how hard it is. It's crazy because I just I guess preparing myself to run this ultra, I got myself listening because I suck at reading, listening the David Goggins book, and he explains his process on doing Leadville. And this is one of those guys that has such a great fitness, and he said how much it kicked his butt, you know. And I really wanted to listen to it because I want to do Leadville. That's one thing that I want to do. And
yeah.
so when you send me that message, dude, I was so happy.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
one of the first people I reached out to because we had just talked about it. You're like, I want to get into it. I want to get into it. And
yeah,
by coincidence, what was it, like maybe a week later? I was like, hey, guess what?
yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's thanks to Rabbit, right? But
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
opportunity to just be able to do this. Fantastic.
That's awesome. And this is the second time this happens to you. Well, now you're an elite runner, so an elite
Yeah, I got
trail
on
runner.
their elite trail team, so that's pretty cool.
But
They've
but
been,
you,
they've been very kind to me,
yeah.
and the opportunities I've gotten because of it are fantastic.
Not only that their clothes is so comfortable and so
Yeah, yeah.
awesome to run. I just bought myself a couple of the long sleeves for this race in particular, and I already tried them out, and
Awesome.
it definitely feels very good to have them. But yeah, dude, I mean, you did Hurt 100 now, Leadville, in help with Rabbit, but. Again, congratulations, man. So let's get I guess let's get a little bit into the whole Habanero side. As you know, I'm doing the 50K. And it's one of the hottest races around. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's one of the hottest.
I think in the entire country minus Badwater, it's up there. It's definitely rated as the hardest race in Texas just because of the heat alone. The course isn't necessarily that hard, but the heat in Texas summer with all the humidity combination,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And
the roughest formula. Like if you're from here, you know.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's one thing that I read. One thing I read about this race, very big. It's noticeable, heat training. You got to do heat training, heat training, heat training, and that's something I've been doing. But um, I want to hear like what was what did you learn when you did habanero for the first time? What did you incorporate the next time? And what do you recommend? Like me, Rob, this is going to be my first real ultra that is more than Ragnar, because I did Ragnar, but Ragnar is, a 6 mile, a like 3 mile, and then a 2 mile loop that you do, not all at the same time. It's a relay, so you get time in between to rest versus going all 50K trying to do them. You can rest if you want to, but it's
Yeah.
it's all more continuous. So for me, this is going to be the biggest test on an ultra. For someone that has no experience like myself, what would be like the first thing that you recommend?
Okay, so for the approach I did for this, since I
Hmm.
did do the 100 miles, the good thing about this, it's a 10K loop
Hmm.
and two main stations on there. Your cruise at the starting line, and then you have a secondary station halfway through the race.
Yeah,
So once you memorize the first lap, it's really easy to know what's coming. And I actually ran with a heart rate monitor on this one, like the actual chest strap,
yeah.
just to keep my heart rate at the pocket. As soon as it got a little too high, I immediately started walking and let it come down a little bit and started running again. Or if
Okay.
you're going to put this, there aren't many hills on this race, but just the heat and humidity alone,
Hmm.
stay in that pocket. Keep yourself moving, but don't let your heart rate get up because once it gets really high, you're never going to come back down. So I
Yeah.
never let it get very high before I stopped walking. And I basically, after the first lap, I basically walked the same sections every single lap. So you'll know it after the first lap if you don't get to preview it before. And then after that, just manage that stress that way.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have
That's
to.
awesome.
Yeah, pushing it into heat's not gonna pay off. It's heat management. So
Yeah, yeah.
heat and stress
And
management.
And that's something I'm gonna do. There's a running group here close to where I live. It's called the Pasadena Runners Club, and they're gonna go this weekend. So my coach actually has me for 16 miles. I'm gonna try to do those. I'm actually gonna do 18 because it's 3 loops. I'm not gonna stop halfway
Yeah,
in the loop and
smart.
and call it a day. So
Mhm.
even though I have 16 miles, I'll do the 18,
Yeah.
which would be 3 loops. Um, and that's the one main thing. I'm not gonna be there to like walk as much as I need to kind of learn the terrain. So that is something that I I I uh, I do want to do, and it was conveniently available. But that's good to know, man. I do have a heart monitor that I got, so I'm definitely gonna incorporate that and start using it to get used to having something in your chest because I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
when you put it the
it takes
first
a
time,
little bit
yeah,
to get used to, but once you have it, you're fine. Like I said, I don't usually use them at races, but that was the
yeah,
last because that one I knew was going to be complete stress management, and I just
hmm,
needed to be accurate and keep it on point. And I don't have the time splits anymore from
yeah.
back then, at least not on Ultra Sign Up, but almost every single one of my splits for each lap was almost identical, except for where I would change clothes or something like that. Like I was spot on the entire time.
And that's a good thing to bring up. What do you recommend for 50K in my case? What do you recommend as far as change of clothes, like every loop or?
So
How did you do it?
I only changed when I absolutely needed to because
Hmm.
basically I reeked by the time sweating. But I actually after the race I started putting on deodorants and stuff on top of the lubes instead of just like, I'm not even kidding, like that was the reason, like
Yeah,
I mean or if you're gonna stop to use the bathroom, you're gonna stop, so like take a change of clothes with you really fast that's already ready, you might as well
yeah,
be fresh. I rarely have to change my socks or shoes.
yeah,
It's known for the sandy course, but if it's just not something that affects me because my job is beach patrol, right? I
yeah,
work out on the
yeah.
beach, so I run on the beach just for work, and then I would do some long runs out on the beach to get that used to the uneven and the soft sand and stuff like that. And I would recommend just hitting the beach and running for a long distance.
So what you're saying is I should go to Sal Padre Island and
Absolutely, this is
go work with you for a week and just go run and get used to it. That's what I'm listening.
you can't beat the beach.
Oh no, no, I love the beach. I'm getting married in the beach, so definitely it's we love it. But that's good to know because that's one thing that I was trying to figure out what in my mentality or the way I'm thinking about the race is the least I spend time sitting and sitting down for a long period of time, that's better than that's not actually, I'm sorry, that would not be ideal.
Yeah.
Just stay active, try to
I'm
stay.
I'm assuming you're taking a crew out there. What I
Yeah,
did is I ran with minimal, like I didn't use a vest, I didn't use a belt, I used the handheld since the time between stations was so short, and I had
yeah.
identical handhelds in my ice cooler, and my crew would switch
Mhm.
them out for me. I would just pick it up, lube, and just keep moving. I'd spend probably less than a minute each time I was there. So
Yeah,
uh, quick changing with identical equipment to save you time.
yeah,
That's the way
yeah.
to do it. Because once you stop, you're tempted to stop longer. And I mean, if you
Hmm.
need to stop, you stop. Obviously, that's the general thing. But
Yeah.
if you need to, just go in. And then the 50K, especially, it's 5 loops. You don't need to stop that much. You just need to.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I saw my good friend, the first time he finished, he sat down, he kind of like regrouped and then went back and like you're saying, the more you do it, the more your mind is going to be like, well, it's okay, just take another, 5 minute breather or something like that. So that's something that I learned from his race that I said, it has got to be a quick and go, like
Yeah, because
finish
that's a
your
lot of
loop and come back.
that's a lot of stops for a small loop. So you got
Yeah,
to even an extra couple of minutes here and there is going to add up really quickly. And it's not like the heat's going to get any better. Like how it is out here. You don't have any relief until what, after 9 o'clock.
yeah,
So don't
exactly.
think that maybe if I wait the heat's going to pass, because it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, and I'm not obviously whatever I do is going to be a PR, so I'm not even worried about time.
There you
But
go.
I do want to run an efficient race. I want to run
You,
a
you
race
want to be
where
steady.
yeah, yeah, and that's what I want, and that's something I was thinking. What I was thinking because of I thought about the same thing. Like it's not a long loop, so it's 6 miles. It shouldn't be that hard. I don't want to carry too many things. You
Mhm.
know what I was thinking, and maybe you can tell me if it's a good idea. I have this vest that I carry that has like a 72-ounce pack in the back. And what I've done in my training races to just try it out is I freeze the water
Mhm.
and then I take it out maybe 2 hours before I go out on my run. I leave it
Yeah.
in the garage, for example, and that way the water starts kind of unfreezing. And it lasted me last time I ran for almost 2 hours. It was more time than mileage. I just wanted to be out in the heat as much as I could. And even after the 2 hours additional, the ice pack was still there was big chunks of water. So it lasted a while. Do you think that is good or it's just
I,
too
I,
much?
I I mean, the general rule, just like anything else, you run how you practice.
Yeah.
I tested all the different ways to stay cool and gear and whatnot, and I ended up doing nothing extra. I didn't even use ice for this one. I just ate the heat from just because I trained so much outside.
Yeah.
Um, what what I what I did cool off was with the fluids in my hand. That was like
Hmm.
jammed with ice and melted, and that was enough for me. I didn't have to use any kind of external cooling, though.
Yeah.
Recently, I have been using like the ice bandana that Rabbit has, and that it
Hmm.
feels like a game changer. Like I should have started using it years ago, but um, the issue with me, because here in the Rio Grande Valley, it's similar where you are. The humidity just it's so bad. Like
Yeah.
nothing lasts. Like the
Yeah.
ice melts in like 2, 3 miles anywhere you're in, and
Yeah.
every layer feels like insulation. So I avoided using anything else in the loose shirt, and really that was just for the sun, not really for
Hmm.
the heat management. So once the sun went down, I took off the shirt, and it was like I took off my jacket. So personally, I wouldn't wear a vest or anything just because you don't need that extra layer. I started using a belt. Or shorts
Hmm.
that come with a built-in belt from Rabbit, and I would stick I stick my bottles in there. But for Habanero, I mean, I did the whole thing with handhelds,
Yeah.
and really didn't have to carry much. Like I said, it was so short in between the stations that really anything you carried was almost unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I wanted to hear your input because I also thought it would be a little bit overkill given the fact that it's a 6 mile loop. But I guess I the last time I think I ran 14, 16 miles in those 2 hours. I was gonna be out. I was not gonna come back to a place to be able to have like a bottle. So I was like, let me try it
That
right
that,
now in
that makes
training,
sense for the yeah, that makes
you
perfect
know.
sense.
But yeah, I think that's also kind of what I was leaning towards because again, it's not a long loop. So, and what were like the biggest mistake you did when you ran Habanero for the first time, if
That
there
I
was
took
any?
no, I absolutely, just like everybody else, took off super fast with the lead, the initial group. Like even though it was a million degrees at noon,
Yeah.
and it could have cost me a lot. But after the first one, I'm like, nah, let me set my pace because they're really spread out. The issue is like we started with the relays, and those people were just they head out,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, oh, okay, like this is how it's done.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was one of my first hundreds ever, so it was really like I was still learning a lot. Like
Yeah.
so all the rookie mistakes were there. But other than that, like I said, the consistency paid off, 100% paid off. As soon as the sun started going down, my heart rate dropped down, so I was able to go a little bit faster,
Hmm.
or at least feel like I was. But all my laps were pretty much stayed on point from the beginning to the end after that
Okay.
first one.
And
But no, just stay in that pocket. Like stay in that pocket where your heart rate and perception are low, because
yeah.
and if you try to push the daytime, especially, is not when you want to push it, and you're going to be in the 50K, so you're going to get the sun the entire time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unless I do it, I there was a story. This one girl last year, she obviously had to start at 12 because you got to start all at the same time. She did
Yeah.
her first loop, and then she literally passed out in her tent until like 7 or 8 o'clock, and then
And
she
came back
started
up.
and then she started doing her
That's
other
awesome. That's awesome.
yeah, and I was like, man, that's not a bad idea, but I also don't want to finish like at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Uh,
totally get it. I
my,
mean, I don't know what hours you've been training or whatnot, but
hmm.
I'm assuming you've gone out in the middle of the day to
Oh
run
yeah,
and do like
yeah.
just eat the heat, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good.
No, yeah.
That's gonna get you further than most things.
Yeah, I've actually been pretty pissed off with this summer because and I don't know if it's the same type of situation in the valley than Houston, but we've been getting the heat has not been as hot as last year. At least
I
that's what
think
I
I,
think.
I think you guys have been getting a lot of storms kind of in their area, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not we had like a weekward storm, but that's perfectly normal here. Yeah,
No, yeah,
which
I actually, what I did is that once I signed up and I was ready to do this, instead of running in the mornings, I do all my runs in like at 1 o'clock in my lunchtime or right when I get out of work at 4:30. So I've been really wanting to get more acclimated to the heat. So my Garmin says I'm 100% acclimated, but that's one
yeah,
different thing, you know.
that's one metric. Yeah.
That's just Garmin trying to make you feel better about yourself, I guess. But no, but I actually compared to last year, I lost a lot of weight. I was weighing over 230 almost at a certain point, and now I'm at 185. I really do
Nice.
think that, it's helped me with the heat. Like I'm been able to actually enjoy the runs during the heat versus before. I felt like I was, it was the worst thing ever. It's still pretty bad, the heat,
No,
but
dude,
it's
that's awesome.
manageable. It's more manageable. I feel now this summer than last summer.
Hopefully you'll look at a habanero. You never know. You never know with Texas, right? Like if you're lucky, there's a big storm and you have the best time of your life.
No, I really hope it's hot. I want to see what this 43-year-old body can do.
There you go.
I'm excited to put it to the test. I've done, like I mentioned to you, 7 marathons, and I know what I can do on a marathon. But now I'm very curious, and you know this because we talked about this, that in my podcast, 90% of the people that I've had so far, and still I think it's still the same, have been ultra runners. Because I'm so curious, I'm so interested in finding out what their experience has been, and
Yeah.
and
I'm
I
I'm
really
glad
want
you're
to get
taking
into
it.
it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're taking the dive and just doing it. Like that's the way to just let's just go in. That's what else,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And in December, there's another one that they do close here. So if I feel good, if I like it, just like how I've done it for the marathon, I'm gonna throw in out there and do the 100K now, and
Nice.
so I'm sure I'm gonna like
Which
it.
was that one? Brazos or
Brazos, I think it's Brazos if
cool.
I'm not
I'm
mistaken.
signed up for the 100 miler there too, so I'll see you
Nice,
there.
nice,
And
nice.
Habanero I'm doing as a volunteer, so I'll see you there at some point too.
No,
When you
for
get to
sure,
this year,
for
let me
sure.
know.
But yeah, and what would you recommend, like a interested new ultra runner that's trying to do habanero or any ultra? What is the best recommendation that you would give somebody that's really interested but still kind of like on the fence, I guess?
I don't know. I think if you need to try stuff that's gonna scare you, like it sounds uncomfortable, it sounds like you might not do it or impossible, and then everything sounds impossible, and then it isn't, right? Like
Yeah,
just try it. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst you use, right? Like
yeah.
you find out you love it, you find out it's terrible, and then maybe you try it again anyways. You don't know. And then every race is different. It's easy to start something locally, but get out of your comfort zone. And then number two, eating contest. It's always an eating contest at the races. It's not a running, it's eating and running. So you get to eat a lot if
That
that's your thing.
that is perfect. That's what I love to do. That's what I try to run a lot so I can eat a little bit more, even though now I'm trying to cut it down to, still eating, but eating more mindful, I guess. But I'm
Yeah.
guessing in an ultra it doesn't matter. Mindfulness goes out the window, huh?
Oh yeah, you eat what you can hold down, especially at a race like that where it's so hot. What I did for habanero is almost all my calories were liquid calories because you
Okay.
hydrating and eating trying to at the same time. So I
Yeah.
just condensed my mixes a little bit more, my ratios. So that helped a lot because I was just trying to eat that much when it's that hot and gross. It can be a challenge even for me. But yeah, condense your calories. Try practicing with more carbs. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. I definitely I'm in this race or this run that I'm gonna do this weekend. That's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try some different types of foods and liquids and gels and stuff like that I want to try. I also have my fiance Alma joining me, so I told her that this is gonna be a good test for her to see if she can kind of like help me with the refueling and stuff like that, which she's a trooper because she's going to be out there in the heat for a little bit waiting for me as well, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this, man, and I'm excited to finally meet you in person. I don't think have
Yeah.
met yet.
All right,
um
you're on the island, but I didn't catch you that one time. I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, for sure. You said something very interesting. You got to do stuff that scares you. What scares Art nowadays?
I don't know.
What race scares Art?
I haven't figured it out yet, so I keep pushing. Things are exciting, but as far as terrifying, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll
Maybe
find out.
Leadville will be the one, right?
I mean, I know it's going to be difficult, so that's not a surprise. So we'll see how my attitude is when I'm actually there in the high altitude.
I honestly don't think it's gonna scare you because I could not think that it's worse than Hurt 100. You know,
There are very few things that can be harder than Hurt 100. And,
even
okay,
even
and I still want to go back to Hurt 100. Like this, which
yeah.
again, you'll discover something about yourself at the end of an ultra, man. Like you don't know till you really hit the wall. You hit walls at races and marathons, but when you really have to dig into
Yeah.
places that you haven't had to dig before. It shows
Yeah.
you things about yourself, and it's interesting, you know.
Yeah, and you brought up something very interesting that I would like to know because I know for a marathoner, the wall usually is about mile 20,
Mhm.
right around mile 20. Where do you think the wall would be for an ultra marathoner that's doing a 50K, for example, like myself? Like, where do you think that usually would happen if you hit the wall?
You know, I would say before even the race starts, most people get nervous, they get the game, they don't sleep, and I think that's where it costs them. And you just have to treat it like any other day. Like
Yeah,
that's my favorite approach. Like it's another day, it's another long run. All the hard work was the stuff you did before. So the wall, just the difference from the marathon to an ultra, big difference. It's always going to be a mental block. It's not going to
yeah,
be the physical because it's going to suck no matter what. It's
yeah,
physical. I promise you, it's going to be awful. Any ultra you do, especially the longer distances. So
yeah.
get that out of the way. That's going to happen no matter what you do. So don't defeat yourself before you get there. Like
Nice.
it's time. It's time for just to do what you already do.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. It's gonna suck from the moment it starts, but
Uh,
it you embrace the suck. That's what I tell myself all the time. Embrace it
yeah,
and enjoy the suck because that
don't forget to have fun.
it brings a lot of cool things too. But I and that's why I think I love these things because I enjoy the pain. I enjoy feeling the pain. I enjoy putting my body in pain because that means that I'm becoming stronger,
Yeah.
and that's how I see it. The more I learn from these painful races, the more I learn about myself, about my
Mhm.
body, about myself, about my willpower. So I definitely embrace it. I know it's gonna suck. I know it's gonna come to a point where I'm probably gonna my brain is gonna say, "Why the f are you doing this?" somewhere,
Yeah.
but that's just part of it. At the end of the day, it's mind over matter, and you can do a lot of crazier things. I'm pretty sure. So, um,
Yeah, because once you do this, you're gonna want to do something else.
oh yeah,
Trust me.
no, I know. I'm telling you right now, saying like, oh, if I really like it, I'm probably gonna do 100. It's not I'm probably. I'm going to do it in December.
Yeah.
And that would be perfect because I got the marathon in January. I'll be ready to go for a small little marathon. So, you know,
You're doing Houston, I'm assuming Houston
yeah,
Marathon.
yeah. Houston's
I'll
always.
be there. I'll be there too. I'll see
Oh,
you.
you're gonna run the marathon?
Yeah, just for fun.
Dang, dude, that's awesome. Definitely, definitely. I gotta see you and cheer you on when you pass me real. Or I don't know. I don't know if you're ever gonna pass me. You're probably gonna be like in the A or B corral or something like that.
Who knows, man? But we'll connect while we're there too.
For sure, man. But any other pointers that you can think of that this little ultra runner is gonna do? Any pep talk? Tell me anything that will help me that would maybe help me break someone's record or something.
When I break some records, just keep the sense of humor, man. As long as you're laughing, you're fine, dude. Like think some good jokes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. But
Yeah.
I'm so excited to meet you, first of all, dude, because you're such a cool guy. You're very inspiring, dude. Um, One thing that I love about you, you're so easy to talk to. You've done so many cool things in such a small span of time, and I've met people that they know they're real good and they act like it too. And you're the total opposite, man. So I appreciate that. You're a very humble guy. You come
Yeah, thank
from
you.
a place that, like you said, ultra running is not very known in the valley, and you're definitely, making the valley look so cool, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy and proud to represent the Valley, Brownsville, Cameron County, 9 by 6. We're always here.
Hell yeah, hell
But
yeah.
always remember, man, I'm just some guy, just like you, just like anybody else. All these people, no matter how they act, they're just people. They're just people, and we're all doing the same thing, no matter what attitude you bring to it. So, have fun, be positive about it, and it'll get you through a lot.
That's awesome, dude. But Art, like he mentioned, he has the record for the 100 miler. What time do you remember what time it was?
And it was just under 19 hours. I don't remember it off the top of my head anymore, but
Okay.
just under 19. And that was 2022, I'm gonna guess, I think.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
held up for a couple of years so far.
So far.
Um, Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down sooner or later. It better come down sooner or later. But
Or
no,
you're
no,
gonna have to go out there and do it again and break your own record, man.
no, no. I don't have anything else to prove for that course. I have nothing else to prove for that course. No, but I do have a huge bucket list of races, and have you noticed I don't really double back to
No,
a lot.
no, 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 you don't. No, you don't.
I don't think I have a lot to prove. I think I need to go back to canyons after that ankle row just to see how I do when I do it correctly. But other than that, I don't really. There's too many races out there I want to do to
You
double
know,
back.
for some reason, when I think about you and I see your runs, I always think Badlands. I think that that's in your
Bad
future.
water. We're gonna do
Or
that.
or Badwater. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Badland.
no,
Badwater.
that is my one of my dream races right now. Probably the top two of races I want to do. You know what the bottleneck is? It's not the capability to do it because
Hmm.
I'm not intimidated by that heat at all. I know it's the challenge order, but
Yeah.
it's these races. Once you get past 100 miles, it's expensive.
Yes, it
I
is.
think it's like
Yes.
$1,700 to register for Badwater, and that
What?
they don't provide anything. Like you have to you have to have your own crew follow you around, and you're basically just go run on this road, and we'll see you at the end.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
yeah,
heard that.
so like
Yeah.
I have a lot of sponsors and whatnot helping me out, but that is way I have not pushed past that price
Well,
point
let me know
yet.
how I can sponsor you again, dude, because we definitely need to get you out there and
Yeah.
man, I could see you. I could see you doing really good, for
Yeah,
sure.
I think I'm designed for that race right now for the heat, humidity, and whatever. I take the heat really well just because just existing in the valley is heat training. You don't have to do anything special; it just
Yeah,
exists.
just walk out of your door.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You walk out, you're sweating, you're done.
No, yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, for some reason, every time, and I got their name wrong because I get nervous. But it's for some reason I always think about you because I think yeah, like you said, I think that course and that is very well made for you. And whenever you decide to do it, you got the backing from me. You know that. And we'll we'll
Appreciate
we'll we'll figure out if I gotta go rob a bank or something. I'll go do it, man. Don't worry, okay?
that. We'll figure that. We'll figure it out.
Just bail me out when you win or something like that,
I,
okay?
I will. I'll make sure to come back for you.
No, but Art, I appreciate it. I don't want to take too much of your time. It's good to see you, first of all.
You too, man.
I'm
Thank you
glad
for
you're
having me again. Like,
yeah, no,
it's a
yeah, of
pleasure.
course, man. And again, I'm a very jealous person in the best way possible because Leadville is going to be epic. I've seen you and you're training very hard and I can tell you're putting the right time for it and you're going to do amazing, dude. I can't wait to see you and follow you along because I know the people that crew you for the most part they always keep us
Yeah, they're really
updated.
good at fantastic crew, and yeah, I'll make sure to put up the information when it comes up.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it because I definitely want to keep track of you and see how you're doing and cheer you on when you finish and then congratulate you hopefully in person in January or something. Oh no, no, and yeah, in January I think if I don't see you before.
Well, Habanero is a week after Leadville,
Oh,
so I'll
okay.
be there volunteering. So we'll catch each other either
Oh,
way.
definitely, definitely. You'll get a nice sweaty hug from me then if I see
Yeah,
you in
I'm
the
working. I was smart enough to sign up for the overnight shift out of the sun, so you'll see me.
Very smart man, very smart man. But yeah, man. Then if I don't get to see you between now and Leadville, good luck, man. Stay healthy and stop getting in fights, okay? Please.
I'll try. No, man, I'll see you having a good luck with your training. We're both coming down the line for it already, so it's gonna be
Yes.
exciting for both of
Yeah.
us. So,
Find a couple more weeks and you'll be done, and then I'll be done, and I'll let you know what I think of Habanero after I finish.
yeah, not during. No, don't tell me during.
No,
Wait till
no,
you're
no.
done.
I'm not really tell you, and there might be a couple cuss words in there, so I'm so sorry.
Like,
But anyways,
let me
Art,
talk.
I appreciate you. I appreciate everything, and we'll have to catch up soon, okay?
Yeah, for sure. You take care of.
All right, take it easy, man.
Out here.